What if everyone you work with communicated well, aligned with your goals? What if everybody was excited to come to work and knew exactly what work they're going to do that day? Wouldn't that be great? Well, all that's what we cover in People Mastery. This is where we talk about trying to get all our people right, our seats right, and get something we call the hell yes condition. That is when we really are fully aligned, fully get it, fully want to move forward. Everyone knows that we don't want to do the hell no stuff. We don't want to do, well, we want to do the hell yes stuff, but right in the middle between hell no and hell yes is just hell. So let's not do that. Let's stick to hell yes and do everything we can to move forward that way. So it's part of our methodology of thinking about vision, strategy, and execution. We're trying to align these things together. So it really covers all three of these sections. The vision section is really about coming up with the enduring truths of the business that people can align to. That's the kind of people we're going to have. That's really what our core values is, but also where we're headed. And we want to make sure we can utilize that to help people join us and feel motivated to go where we're trying to go. And then strategy is really about how we're going to build out our teams, how we're going to think about layering the people in the organization and thinking about how we're going to delegate and activate new people in the organization. Then execution, day by day, we need to be able to get clarity with what everyone's roles are, turn expectations into agreements, and make sure that we're giving great feedback. All of these things are covered within the People Mastery track. So there's 6 tools that we normally kind of talk about within here. Structuring your business, that's we'll take a look at that here in a second, but that's your responsibilities, and then how we've changed the org chart into something that's a much more useful tool. Hiring the right people and how we can use science to do a better job of that. Building out that leadership team in a very thoughtful way. This is really the key to growing to be a larger and larger organization, is getting people around you, bringing those people together, and getting them excited about going forward with you. We like to be really specific about what leadership and mentoring is. So anyone in the organization that has people reporting to them, let's give them the tools and understanding for what it really means to be a leader. So often that's where we break down where, hey, this is a good leader, this is not a great leader. People leave their bosses, not the business. So if we come up with a standardized way of thinking about that, then everybody can start being that leader and mentor and coach within the business that we really want to have. Once again, how to give feedback. We're going to give feedback. We're going to give a lot of feedback in our time. So we want to make sure we're doing a good job of it and actually having it be effective at getting people not demotivated, but motivated to do a better and better job. And then delegation. Hey, that's the name of the game. You can't grow to be $1 billion organization unless you're willing to delegate, because if you start out and it's just you're doing everything, slowly but surely you've got to give away parts of what you've been accomplishing. And delegation is the key to that. You will benefit from People Mastery. Usually, this is maybe one of the last ones that we do in the series of 4 workshops. But depending on where you are, maybe it's the most important one. So if you've got a lot of people working for you, and you don't have bigger, longer term problems, maybe this is the most important one. So if you're looking to grow beyond survival stage, so that's like, hey, I'm making some money now, I have some time and energy to put into the coordination overhead of my business. And you just need to start planning on who to add and how to think about fractional contract or employee different levels of people inside the organization. It's great for that. If you're suffering from chaos or drama, this is a great one to put together some tools and processes to help you get those things addressed. And then if you're really, hey, it's time for make some key hires in this business, then it's great to have some of these things on board to help you make good decisions there, because it's really the thing that'll make the biggest difference in your business. So just looking through some of these tools quickly. So this is kind of a snapshot of what a responsibility chart. In EOS, they call it the accountability chart. We just call it the org chart usually. But every one of these roles is well mapped out. It has roles and responsibilities in it. Those roles and responsibilities are aligned to KPIs for that person, so we can turn our expectations of what it means to be great at customer service, for instance, into a set of metrics to say, when these things are true, then customer service is going well. That creates great clarity and visibility between everybody. And also, assigning various roles and responsibilities means having processes, procedures inside the business that you own and are in charge of making sure it's going well. Like I said, there are many ways of using science to help us do a better job of understanding people, hiring the right people, making sure that we're communicating well with inside these organizations. Here's just a handful of the ones we'll kind of talk about in the workshop. They go from nearly free with DISC to pretty expensive with Culture Index, but like knowing where they all fit and like figuring out that you have to start doing something right away. There's no reason to be out on your own with this stuff because you won't make better decisions than the science behind it was going to allow you to make. And this is all part of coming up with a very consistent way of thinking about hiring, onboarding, and building teams and how you want to construct teams. You have to be able to do this. You can't just have everybody reporting to you. You've got to do a reasonably good job of finding the right people, getting them into their work in the best, most effective way, and then building the teams so that people can actually work together and can accomplish more. 1 + 1 = 3 is what we're trying to get to, including your leadership team. And that's probably going to be one of the most important ones you try to build. And we also like to be really clear with everybody on the difference between leadership and mentoring. We say mentoring, sometimes we say coaching, sometimes we'll probably say even management, although no one likes to be managed. That's why we tend to move away from those words. But there's a clear difference here, and we'll go into great detail. You should have a clear definition in your mind about what it means in your organization to be a leader, what it is, what that encompasses. And so that everybody that you put in a role above other people can get better and better and can master it in a very similar way by giving really clear direction about that, including giving them a great feedback mechanism. So that's the other thing we have here, feedback. We'll talk about positive and negative feedback that happens on a regular basis, and then the really structured feedback, how to think about quarterly and annual reviews for people, and where to set some rules and make sure that we've got a really good consistent way of going into that conversation, and then what we expect to get out of it. And lastly, we'll talk about delegation. And one of the things we'll talk about there is getting really good at understanding or better and better at understanding what it means to be an A player in your organization. That's really what we want, right? I want to be an A player. Everyone that works for you, that when they come to work, they don't want to stink at what they're doing. They want to be an A player. They want to be great. They want to be recognized for doing great work. To do that, they have to be doing something they're good at and something that they also have passion for. And we can, find things we're not, maybe a little not passionate about or a little not great at, and over time. The key about this is it changes over time. When you first start out, if you're the only person, you're doing everything, and there's things you're doing that you hate and that you stink at, but you want to start figuring out which things you should offload to other people. You should delegate to other people. And there's probably those things that you stink at and hate, because that's going to give you energy, and that's going to give you also better accomplishment inside the organization. Well, everyone's just the same as that. So everyone should be moving towards being an A player inside the organization as best you possibly can. And by the way, it changes over time. The things I loved to do when I was 20 are not the same things I like to do when I'm 60. So let's recognize that we're all going to change over time, and we all need to have a better understanding of, hey, what's the thing that's going to give me the right level of challenge, get me into that flow state now in my work, now that I've accomplished these things, and how do I utilize that? Because ultimately we want to keep people around as long as they can be useful. That's the most expensive thing we do as a business is just churn of people, because we lose talent, we lose understanding, and just bringing on new people is expensive. So let's do our best to keep everybody around. All right, those are the things we're going to cover in the People Mastery Workshop. A lot of great tools in there to work through, and so hopefully that gives you some more clarity about what goes on there. Thanks so much.